Back to one of the newcomers for Saluki basketball this year, but he's not a newcomer to college basketball. He's got plenty of experience. Elijah Elliott joins us. Elijah, man, thanks so much for the time. How's the summer been treating you so far?
I mean, the summer's been great. I mean, just being here with the guys, being with Coach Nagy and the staff, just putting in a lot of hard work and just trying to gain an understanding for each other and gain a feel for each other, really.
You mentioned getting a feel for one another. How important is this time right now, Elijah? Yes, basketball, we'll get into that, but just learning who your teammates are, seeing what their DNA, their makeup is like. How big of a summer is just that alone, getting to know all of your new teammates?
I mean, it's very important. I feel like teammate chemistry is a real big factor in, like, how good you do during the season. So just getting to know everybody, getting to know what things people like, what people are comfortable with, what they're not. I mean, just getting familiar with each other is just a real big, important piece of what we're trying to build here.
Everybody's experience is different. That's what makes it unique, and it's why it's always great to talk to those about their experience. For you, how would you describe how your college experience has been so far in your college career for Saluki fans that maybe haven't followed you very closely till, of course, this summer?
My college experience has been a journey. I mean, I'm proud of it. I wouldn't change for anything. I mean, everybody's journey is different. I've been to a couple different schools. I went the JUCO route, had a real successful year at JUCO, then worked my way to UTRGV, and then now I'm here. So I'm just excited to get to work here, and I got a real good feeling about how things are going to go this year.
It's kind of a cliche question to ask in terms of the chip on the shoulder of wherever you start working your way up, going through different levels. How would you describe the type of chip that you do have on your shoulder that kind of stays with you and has stayed with you throughout your college journey?
I mean, one, just being an undersized guard, I mean, I feel like you should automatically have a chip on your shoulder in that sense. But then, like I said, just going the JUCO route, I mean, it's different. You got to really grind. You got to get out the mud. And it just plays a big factor in how I approach every day on the court.
Looking at where you wanted to go, your next stop, I'm sure there were plenty of options that you had, and looking where you could go, it's such a hard thing to navigate at times, the portal. How did you navigate it? Who were some people that you really leaned on to get good advice and knew that, hey, I'm going to make the best decision for me?
I would say just one, first and foremost, just talking to God. I mean, just keeping my faith in God, knowing He'll find me a great spot to land on. I'll talk with my coach, PJ, who was my longtime AAU coach, and I'll talk it over with my father, just navigating, see what schools have to offer, what piece of the puzzle I would fit in, and I just feel like that was my important people that I would talk to throughout the process.
When Southern came on your radar, what were some of your first impressions of Coach Nagy, his style, his staff, what you liked about Coach?
One, I love that Coach is always a winner. I mean, everywhere he's went, he's always won, so that's obviously very important. Two, he played at a very fast pace. I like to play fast, like most guys do. I like to play fast, and a lot of coaches say they like to play fast, but he's proven that that where he is, they play at a fast pace, and I just liked his approach. I mean, he said he wouldn't promise anybody anything. Everything you have to give, you have to work for, and that really stood out to me, and I really liked that.
One of the first things that Coach told you guys in one of the first practices, and he's reiterated over, said, hey, everybody wants to play fast like you did, but we're really going to see if you want to play fast throughout practice. From a player's perspective, what are the challenges of playing fast? And as you go through it now, where do you try to help guys adjust to that pace and try to set the standard that Coach Nagy, of course, wants you guys to get at?
I'll say the most important thing about playing fast is, one, you have to be in shape. I mean, everybody has to be in shape. It takes an entire team to play fast. I mean, that right there, I'll say, is the most important piece. And I've just been helping guys with playing fast but just not being in a rush. I mean, playing fast is important, but you don't want to turn the ball over a lot. So just helping the fellas just, like, play fast but not be in a hurry, as Coach would say. So that would be, like, one of the things I help everybody with.
I know so many want to talk about the offensive side of the ball, and we're going to continue to do that here. But in terms of systems that you've been in, what are similarities in terms of being part of a motion offense, et cetera, that you'll be a part of here? What are some major differences that maybe are some learning curves for you this summer?
As far as offense, I'll say the only major, like, difference in motion offense, I'll say, is Coach Nagy likes to run a lot of, like, flare screens. He feels those are difficult to guard. So that would be the only, like, major difference, I'll say. I noticed within, like, the motion offense.
What about the motion offense do you believe can really help, not just yourself? There's a lot of skill on this team, but specifically for you, where are areas that you think that this type of offense, this type of scheme can really showcase your type of skill set that you have?
I mean, with everyone touching the ball and everyone moving, it just opens the floor up a lot. It gives you a lot of opportunities to just take people off the dribble and just keep the ball moving and catch people off guard with the different cuts and stuff like that. It's just an easier way to score, and I think that'll be very important. Just to get efficient, easy layups a couple times off cuts and just keep the defense off guard.
I'd say for the majority of your guys' summer, it's been on defense. The first couple weeks were all defense
Yeah, for
before
sure.
Coach Nagy introduced the offensive philosophy to you guys and some of the terminology. But defensively, I think it's clear, Elijah, when you see you guys on a court, how tall you guys are, how athletic you are, the wingspans, like the length that you have is going to be a huge advantage. But that's just the raw attributes. What else do you guys need to do to become a really good defensive team?
The best defensive teams talk, and not just talk, but furthermore communicate. Communication is going to be very important for us. Like you said, we're long, athletic, but all that won't matter if we don't communicate as a team on defense and really talk to each other and help each other get in the right spots we're supposed to be and just have each other's back overall.
Now, it's easy to say, how do you help communicate? And that is by communicating. I know it's a pretty obvious thing, but when you have so many new guys that aren't used to playing with each other, I think that has the tendency to maybe there not be as much communication. How do you break down those barriers? Is that something you do on the court, or is it more something you do off the court to try to get to know guys better, which will then translate onto the floor?
I feel like it's a combination of both. I mean, off the court, as you get closer with guys, obviously they'll open up more, they'll talk more, they'll lead to talking more on the court. But as far as being on the court, I mean, you have to just realize you're not doing it for yourself. It's about being a good teammate. And Coach really harps on that, not being selfish and being a good teammate to others. So just talking, not for yourself, to help out your brother, the person next to you that you're playing for. So that's what I really say.
I could tell from the get-go that you have yourself a personality. You're somebody who can obviously use your voice in a practice, but always have a smile, always willing to crack a joke with the guys. Sure. Tell us a little bit about just who you are. What's your personality like away from the floor, what you enjoy doing, and some of the hobbies that you have?
I mean, I'm just a laid-back kind of guy. I mean, I like to make jokes a lot. I like to make people laugh. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you can connect with other people better if you could just make them laugh. Everybody likes to laugh. So a couple hobbies I have, I like to play the game, maybe like 2K, Call of Duty, regular, nothing crazy.
Have you played Sheridan yet? Supposedly Sheridan believes that he's the best 2K player out of anybody on the team.
Yeah, I played Sheridan. He beat me one time. I beat him once.
Okay,
we
so
even right
it's
now.
even.
Yeah, we even. We got to finish that out later. But yeah, he's pretty solid at 2K for sure.
Okay, well, have to be like a best of 7 game series. You know,
Yeah,
like it just
something like
can't just be 3. You know, you got to keep
Yeah,
it going and
for sure.
try to see what type of series there is. When you look in terms of just you guys, in terms of that team dynamic, building that chemistry, Elijah, we've talked a lot about. You've had experience. You've been a part of a lot of different teams. It's not fair to always compare one team to another, but just in terms of the personality mesh, and I understand it's early, but what do you like about the personality mesh of all of you guys? What's been gelling so far?
I like everybody's personality. Everybody comes with an attitude that they're ready to work. I mean, it's not too much complaining, which is very important. I mean, we're going to do some difficult stuff. That's just what comes with it. It's part of the process. And I just like everybody's approach and attitude to want to gain understanding and just want to get better. Like, I feel like that's really important. And that'll help us mesh together overall because we all got the same goal, which is to win. So I like how everybody approaches each day.
You being around college basketball, I'm sure you've seen Valley basketball. You've watched some Valley games, just either their crossover or some teams that you've played in your college career. It's a league that has a lot of respect, Elijah. What about the league are you most looking forward to, of course, representing Southern Illinois and playing in this year?
I'm just looking forward to just being like very competitive in the league and trying to get to the tournament, that for sure. And I'm really excited just for the fans. I mean, I've seen a couple games. Saluki fans definitely the best fans in the conference, and I'm just ready to just go out there and put on a show for them and bring them some wins.
It's one of those things where you talk about environments and et cetera and how special it is, and you mentioned how that was a big part of you coming here.
Sure.
What is it that stood out, whether it's the videos you watched? I mean, I'm sure it was intensity, all of those things, but like what was it that drew you in where you're like, man, like I want to play in front of those fans?
It's just the sense of just being a basketball like town. I felt like everywhere I go, I see Saluki gears, Saluki bumper stickers. Like it's just Saluki everything, and that really stood out to me as I was going on here on my visit. As we went out to eat or just went different places, it's just I felt like it was Saluki everywhere. I see people stopping coaches, talking to them. I just felt like it was a real home, and everybody's really, really supportive of the basketball team, and it's just like something who wouldn't want to be a part of.
Everybody has strengths, Elijah. What do you believe is a huge strength of yours that you've been able to build over your collegiate career?
I would say my biggest strength would just be playmaking. I'm a real big playmaker. I like to make plays for my others, whether it's making plays for my teammates or just making play for myself. But that, along with just doing whatever the team needs to win. I mean, I'm big on really winning. That's just my favorite thing to do. I love winning. So whatever the coach or whatever the team needs me to do, my biggest strength is just be doing that and doing it to the best of my ability.
What's an area this summer when you're making this transition, coming to a new school? You guys, I mean, I think everyone understands the type of work that you put in, and you all are your own worst critic. So you look at yourself and say, this is where I need to get better.
Yeah.
Where do you look at yourself, Elijah, and go, I need to push myself in this area to not just help me, but to end up helping our team become the best version of itself?
I would say just being more efficient. That right there in itself, just being a more efficient player overall. That right there, I think, will really help the team, being more efficient and just being more of a leader. Like you said, just hearing my voice, encouraging my teammates, making sure we're doing things the right way. So those two aspects, I think, as long as I keep progressing in that, we'll have a really good year.
This may seem like maybe it's not the right question to ask, but when you talk about, hey, I want to improve my efficiency, how much is improving efficiency also getting to know your teammates better, knowing who's got whatever strength, especially when it comes down to a lot of the position that you're going to play on the floor?
Yeah, like I said earlier, I mean, it's just about trusting your teammates. I mean, one player doesn't make everything happen by himself. It takes a team. So as you get to learn your teammates better, I mean, it just makes things out there easier on the court for everyone because you know what their strengths, you know what their weaknesses, you know the spots they like the ball on the floor, they might know the spots you like the ball on the floor. So just things like that I think will really help with efficiency overall.
As you look towards the rest of the summer, Elijah, you get a little bit of a break here for July 4th upcoming, and then you guys will be back and then pretty much full steam ahead until you get to August. What are you most looking forward to just about the rest of the summer and continuing to build the chemistry with the team?
I'm just looking forward to most, like you said, just going out there every day, just getting 1% better with my teammates, just building that relationship, continuing to build that chemistry, like you said. So we've only known each other for a month, so just to continue to build that bond with those guys out there and just keep working and build something special.
Well, I know there are a lot of folks in Saluki Nation that are looking forward to seeing the team play. They're especially looking forward to seeing you play this year, Elijah. Appreciate the time, man. Thanks so much, and look forward to the rest of the summer with you.
Thank you.